So you want to play an Elementalist build for World vs. World that gives you all the loot packs and is also really helpful for your team because you can support them with wounds and healing, but also dash out a lot of damage. This build is for you. I'm Summer, and without much further ado, let's take a look at this incredible build. So for the gear, you want to run full Celestial and Leadership runes. The idea here is that even after the nerfs, Celestial is really strong on Elementalist because you get healing power, some defensive stat with toughness and vitality, and you get some offensive stats with power, precision, and condition damage. Really good. You just lose out on the expertise, which is not a big problem because that's not important for Zerg play most of the time. The only really sad thing is that you lose boon duration, so concentration. But if you use Leadership rune, you get 25% baseline, which is really nice, and then you use full Celestial trinkets. Of course, if you want to min-max, you could go for concentration and fusions, which would be the best to get your boon duration to 50% or even higher. For weapons, you want to use Staff, of course, and I would go for Frenzy and Energy Sigil. Frenzy is a really interesting sigil, so every 10 seconds when you kill an enemy, you get a 2 seconds straight up recharge of all your weapon skills. This can be really good because you have a lot of skills and you can cycle through them, and when you get the recharge on the skills, they can be used even more to get more hits on the enemies and get more kills possibly and proc the sigil again. So it's a really cool idea of the sigil. Beware, this only recharges your equipped skills. And then the energy is just really strong in World vs. World. 1 dodge, 3 dodge every 9 seconds, really strong. And then for Relic, I actually go with Relic of Rivers. In World vs. World it's not nerfed, and you get almost 3 seconds of alacrity when you dodge, and regen. The regen is actually quite important. We will get to that in a second. But the alacrity is really strong on an Elementalist, of course, because you get more skill recharge rate, and therefore all your skills, you have 4 different attunements and your utility skills and stuff, all recharges faster. It's really valuable. And that's why in combination with Energy Sigil and Frenzy Sigil, you get a lot of recharge. And all your skills and all your AoEs and all your support is always coming up faster. Really strong. So now to Consumables. For Consumables, I would go for Magnanimous Maintenance Oils so that you get even more concentration. And as Consumables for food, I would go for Verified Peppercorn Spiced Oyster Soup, of course, just to decrease the incoming damage by 10% and get 45 to all attributes, which also includes concentration and expertise. It's just by far the best option. Those two together are really strong. So now to the traits. So for the traits, you will want to run Water, Fire, and Tempest. So why does that work so well? Let's start with Tempest. So you get your Overloads. Your Overloads are stun breaks. They are really big skills that have a long cast time, but they give you a nice effect at the end and even while they charge. So Latent Stamina. This is a really important trait. You grant Vigor when you are tuned to Water every 10 seconds. The second part is not affected by the internal cooldown. Restore Endurance to allies you grant Vigor to. So when you grant Vigor to you or to your allies, you give them 10 Endurance. This is 20% of a dodge. So really strong baseline, and you will see you get a lot of access to Vigor. When you are tuned to Water, you do get this, but there are other ways you get it. Then you have more concentration as Tempest, and your protection that you apply to your allies and yourself is almost 40% incoming damage, so even more. And Overloads grant protection to you and the allies. Then, this is the one. Invigorating Torrents. Whenever you grant an aura to you or to an ally, it gives Vigor and Regen. Really, really good. So this procs Latent Stamina again. And then, when you grant an aura, it will also heal the ally. Really strong. You get passively every 40 seconds of Frost Aura as well, so really strong. And now to Fire. Fire gives you some power value on Fire, gives you some Fire Aura when you are tuned to Fire, and then your Fire skills deal more damage, or you deal more damage to Burning Force, but you have also recharge reduction on Fire skills. This is not so crazy, but it's your damage trade line, and Meteor Shower can hit quite hard if you have a lot of might. And then you have Burning Precision. This gives you just a chance to burn on critical hit, and the duration of burning is increased. This is quite nice because you Celestially crit and then get some value from your burning. If you feel like this is too offensive and you don't want to go full offensive, then you can go for Burning Fire, so you get some more condition cleanses for you. It's a little selfish, but both traits are fine. And then, this is really strong, Smothering Auras. Every time you apply an aura, it removes a condition. And when you transmute an aura, it removes 2 conditions from you and your allies. It's really strong. And it's really important to note that all your auras then now cleanse conditions. So you have a lot of access to Condi cleanse, which is really important in this meta. And then, whenever you cast a fire skill or a skill value attuned to fire, you get some might. This is really good because you have some nice boon duration, so you have actually quite a lot of might that you can upkeep. Out to water, this is the really important one because therefore with this trade line you get a lot of access to your support capabilities. So passively heal around you when you attune to water every bit, because it's just 10 seconds that you get this buff and it heals around you, so you get some passive healing to allies, which then helps when they kill something, you get the credit for it as well. So when you attune to water, you have some nice healing around you, and your healing effectiveness to allies is increased, and the water skills get recharge reduction. This is really important because your water skills are the bread and butter of this build. So then, dodging removes burning and chilled from nearby allies. This is really good. Every 10 seconds, and you dodge a lot, it removes 1 burn and 1 chilled condition. Really strong. And then, when you attune to water, you get 1 condition removed from you and yourself, from you and your allies. That is really strong. Over the course of time, you remove a lot of conditions by doing that. And then, this is the best trade here, cleansing water. Whenever you apply regen to you or an ally, you remove a condition, and you have a lot of regen that you apply. So not only that your River's Relic gives also regen, so you cleanse conditions from yourself, but also every time you apply an aura, it gives vigor and regen, so it will proc the Condi cleanse. Then you have a lot of access to boons that give you regen, so your skills in this one, and your Overload Water, and your Flash Freeze. So there is a lot of access to regen. So that's it for the trades. I would say the most important skills that you have are, of course, in fire, some nice AoEs, the Burning Retreat that can also be used really nicely to move forward if you want to reposition, and then of course Meteor Shower, just some nice damage. I would not use Overload Fire if you don't need the damage. Most of the time you want to keep your overloads for some sticky situation where you need a stun break, because you don't have any other stun break. And then water is the bread and butter, healing auto attack, some nice AoEs. This is a blast finisher, so you can combo it with your water field. It's healing as well. Some nice frost aura and chill application, also unblockable, really strong. And then some nice, that's the best skill here, healing and Condi remove and regen and water field. It's really, really strong. So always try to use that when you are fighting, and also try to stick in water the most as you can if you want to support, because then you get credit for all the kills. And of course also try to proc your Frenzy Sigil in this attunement, because all your skills are so valuable here. And also try to make use of your River's Relic, so dodge whenever you have enough dodges, or really don't need the dodges, because you get your alacrity and all your skills come up faster. In air you have some nice super speed and cleanse, some knockback, be aware this can be reflected, and then some really strong unblockable CC skill with this static field. And then in earth you have a blast finisher, a nice reflect. If you transmute this reflect, it will give stability. It's really good. So you have a quite supportive way. This is also a really strong one that immobilizes enemies and gives some nice protection and stability to yourself. Pretty good. And this is another CC that you can put if enemies want to walk through it. They will get knocked back if they don't have stability, and some nice immobilize as well. So really strong. I would say the water overload you can use. It's extremely strong, but it will increase the recharge of water. So be aware though that you get punished for it a bit. But at the same time, I would say the Condi cleanse, the healing that you get from it is amazing. So use that carefully. Then your healing skill, really strong. It now removes 3 conditions as well. It's really overloaded, has a lot of value. Then you have Lightning Flash to reposition if you get in a sticky situation. It's not a stun break, but it feels like one. And then you have Flash Freeze and Aftershock. Both of them give you auras to allies. So therefore they proc the traits. This one gives even more regen. So it removes 2 conditions. This one removes 1 and gives you protection, gives you a nice blast finisher, also an immobilize. Really overloaded. And be aware though, if you then use this one, you get the magnetic aura, and you can then transmute it and gives stability. So you have actually quite a lot of access to stability. And then you have Rebound. Rebound gives also stability now. Gives you ignorance to the next lethal blow attack. But if you don't get killed, so to say, in the next 5 seconds, you will also give aura depending on the element you are in after the 5 seconds. So it's really, really good. Nice healing as well. So you are a really good supporter that also can deal out some damage, and you have a lot of CCs, especially with unsteady ground and static field. So your skills are really good. You can see in the background it's really fun to play. You are especially good in if you're clouding, if your team is not really organized, or if you want to just hit all the enemies and get the loot from them by defending objectives. It's extremely strong. If you want to see how this build is played, even more than in the short gameplay in the background, be sure to check out my stream. I play it a lot on stream. And I hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.